We do have singer Jesse Kinch, who is here, and he's going to play for us a little bit later, so you'll actually get to hear some of his songs, and you can hear him this Saturday at SantaCaliGon Days Festival in Independence. So this is very cool for us because it's where the Santa Fe, Oregon, and the California trails all started. So you're going to be a part of history here.
I guess I am going to be part of history, and I'm just learning about that history now. Didn't pay attention much in high school, but you know.
Okay, it's okay. We'll school you up on all those lessons. But you know, talking about history, right? You just performed at Woodstock for a Golden Milestone Anniversary show, and that was in New York?
That was in upstate New York in Bethel Woods, and that festival means a lot to me. Not only does it represent a style of music I love and grew up on, which is rock and roll. It was the biggest rock and roll festival at the time in 1969, but it represents a period where the country was changing and things were going in a different direction. And a lot of people think of the 60s as this time of peace and love. The peace and love was actually the light in a very dark time. So that's what Woodstock represents to me. Well, and to a certain degree, would you say that that's what music represents to you? It does, because the world has always been dark, but I think music and entertainment in general is something that people gravitate towards because it gets their mind off the things that are happening, and it gives them the time to enjoy life and just to enjoy talent. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So you and your brother and of course, several other members of the band will all be there Saturday. Is this going to be your first time performing in the Kansas City area? This is my first time. I've been all over the country this year, but I finally made it to Kansas City, and it's such an honor to be here, to meet all the new people, Kansas City fans, and be a part of this great festival, SantaCaliGon, Oh my gosh, well, we cannot wait to hear you. You got started when you were 6 years old playing? I started playing guitar when I was 6, started singing when I was 11 and fronting my own bands in the New York City club circuit. And then, obviously, by the time I was 20, I found myself on Rising Star, which we talked about before. Yeah, and what's that like? Because you had Ludacris, Kesha, several big names as judges, and then you won this national reality show. It was pretty much a phenomenal experience. I'll never forget it. It was an amazing summer. Obviously, there were great judges: Brad Paisley, Ludacris, Kesha, and Josh Groban was the host. Mm-hmm. And I just went through the show singing songs that I grew up on and loved. I started off with I Put a Spell on You and ended the show with Love Rain on Me by The Who. So. Well, see, that's so cool when you can actually take your passions, make it into a career path. Speaking of which, you just got to tour in Europe, which has to be a dream come true. Absolutely a dream come true, because I'm a big fan of the British invasion when the bands came out in 1964, that time, the Animals, the Beatles, the Dave Clark Five. And just being over in London and Manchester, it just kind of gives you the chills, because this is where a lot of the early rock and roll happened, Okay, and see, I feel like when you were just playing Woodstock and everything, you totally fit that era as well. I guess I get that a lot. I mean, I didn't grow up on that stuff, so I guess it kind of rubbed off on me at some point. Well, Jesse, thank you so much, and he'll actually be sticking around to perform, so you don't want to miss that.